Forgive me for looking shitter. Hold on. Forgive me for looking shittier than I normally do. I just played music tonight and I got a little sweaty and been drinking a little bit. It's okay, we can still do a video because this is when I feel like doing a video, you know? I just wanted to talk about what I think is the worst song lyric of all time. And it's because I was just playing it in a show, a little show recently, at a public venue with a friend of mine, and it was a song that he wanted to do because it was a show that he was doing. So we were doing Human by The Killers, and the song Human by The Killers has some of the like most perfectly well-produced pop rock music that I've ever heard. This is where it's a mixed feeling too, because the music is fucking killer. No pun intended. The music is so good, but the worst song lyric that I've ever heard, and I even felt this way as a child when it came out. I don't know, maybe I was in my like early teens or something when that song came out, and the lyric is, "Are we human or are we dancer?" And I just think that's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. It doesn't matter that it makes no grammatical sense. Grammar and things that make sense logically within literature in general or anything literary, it's like that is completely separate from lyricism to me. You got "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," which is technically not like correct from a grammatical standpoint. You got a lot of like songs that break that, and it doesn't really like stretch. It doesn't stretch it too much. This song stretched it a little bit too much, and the lyric "Are we human or are we dancer?" it makes no fucking sense. Even if it did make sense, even if it was like, all right, let's like apply that, like if we actually had to argue the other side of this, right? They're saying, are we human or are we dancer? Like, are we dancing together? Are we dance? No, it's not saying are we human or are we dancing? Are we dancers? If they just made it plural, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Are we human or are we dancers would actually make a lot of sense. But are we human or are we dancer is just so fucking bad in so many ways. And it's one of those moments I guarantee, like when they were making that, there had to have been like a large discussion. Whoever wrote that song, I don't know. I don't like know that much about the Killers. I don't know if they write their own music or they have a team of people writing it with them or for them or whatever. But there had to have been like a discussion of like, do we even like go follow through with this? And it just pisses me off because it gives me nothing to think about. Like I think of the lyric, "Are we human or are we dancer?" And you can literally hear how I was just singing earlier tonight. You can hear how much I probably shouldn't have done that, but so I don't mean for that to sound so hoarse, but I literally was like singing for 3 hours tonight. So the only reason I wanted to sing it though was because of the like how musically it like that whole song in general feels so good that it like they totally got away with it, and it's like who cares, like it doesn't matter. But when you just like when I'm singing along with it, I was just singing along with it on the ride back, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I was so like amazed at how even you know with a couple of brews in me, I was just like I couldn't like get into it. I couldn't get into like singing that and feeling good about singing it. I was also just listening to Simon and Garfunkel recently, and it's like insane how Paul Simon's lyrics are like so juicy and enriching. There's so much like richness in his like the layers of like what his poeticism is. Paul Simon or any of those guys in the 60s was some of like the greatest lyricism and songwriting of all time, obviously. So, you know, it's a ridiculous comparison, but I think going from hearing that kind of music and how just recently was listening to all my go-tos with Simon and Garfunkel because they're one of my favorite acoustic duos of all time. And my God, I was blown away by how like beautiful the words are. Actually, like it was like the first time I actually really paid attention to the words more so than the music, because I'm usually the opposite. I always kind of listen to the music more so than lyrics. Like lyrics are the last thing I pay attention to with any song in general. So I think going from that and then like just now listening to the Killers, the song "Human" by the Killers, it was just so fucking stupid. Like that's like the only thing that I could say about it, is that lyric is fucking stupid, and I don't understand like how they got away with it. I really wish they made it plural. I just wish they made it make a little more sense. Even I have some lyrics that aren't like, they don't make total sense, but who gives a shit? It's like of course, like it doesn't matter, but it also like that's like the one case where I'm like, well, maybe it should have mattered a little more. It should have mattered to you guys as songwriters, because I feel like a fucking idiot when I sing along with it. So that to me is the worst song lyric of all time.